sure why the camera looks like this, like blurry. Why is it? Hey guys, it's Pope. Today I am going to be talking you guys through kind of what my plans are upcoming with my diet and like the goals that I'm setting for myself now that I'm finally kind of ready to set some. I just finished taking some progress photos, which I have not done in quite some time. Looking at myself on camera and in the photographs, it kind of shows and tells a bit different story than how I was feeling like looking at myself in the mirror, so that was kind of interesting. I haven't been dieting, so my first inclination, like mentally I guess, is oh well, I'm really out of shape or my composition has changed for the worse. And I actually think I've still made some like progress on my gains and my composition in general, like what my body's made of muscle mass wise, even while I wasn't dieting, so that's kind of exciting. While I took a break, I was still eating very mindfully. I wasn't just like going totally haywire off the rails, still making sure I get protein in. I know not enough, probably 50 grams less than usual. The good thing is that I was cognizant about the amount I was eating while I wasn't tracking my food, even though I wasn't like weighing everything out and inputting everything into an app. I still like, I know what to eat, I know what to fuel my body with for my training, and kind of just using my brain as my tracker for a while. So I took a break from dieting because after University Worlds, I took a few weeks to travel across Asia. If you haven't seen my Asia vlogs, you are missing out and you should check those out. It was an epic trip. I didn't have any competitions coming up or anything that I needed to make weight for or look a certain way for, so I decided to just take some time off of dieting and just live life in Asia, and it was amazing. So that was about 20 days while I was overseas that I wasn't tracking my food. And then I came home to California and immediately started packing my house for the move. So there was another like 10 days of chaos while I was packing my house up. There was definitely no dieting then. Then I took 10 days to travel from one side of the country to the other side of the country to move back to Georgia. Then I have been in Georgia for about 5 weeks now, and it's been non-stop travel. I've barely been here. I don't think it's healthy to be chained to an app year-round and like at all times. I think there are certainly days that you can take off of tracking. There are months you can take off of tracking. It's all about just reaching your goals and making sure no outside sources are putting pressure on you, like from social media, from your coaches, from anyone. Everything about fitness is about yourself and it's about your own journey. So you have to kind of check in with yourself and make sure, like, am I doing this for myself? Is it giving me joy? Is it big picture what I want for my entire life for this whole year? For me, I needed some time off of being so rigid. Being a professional athlete, it is 24/7 thinking about weightlifting, thinking about fitness, thinking about diet. What's my next workout? When do I need to be at this competition? What's my body weight at? Is it in line to make weight on this date? It's literally around the clock. Everything is about that job that I have, which is being a weightlifter. So during this time period of my life, I saw this chunk of opportunity where I didn't have to be so dialed into everything. And honestly, it has set me up for success for this next year. And I know that having this break is going to really pay off later for me. Mentally, I just think it was necessary for me to have a big reset and like time period to just feel like a normal human again before I get back into this very rigid lifestyle that I normally live. So fast forward to now, I am ready to get back to it. I've finally laid out like a game plan for myself, made some goals that are very attainable for me, and I am excited and motivated again to get back to dieting. I use flexible dieting, I count macros, I coach myself. That's what I do as a profession. I am a flexible dieting coach, so I'm going to be programming my own macros. I started back up yesterday and had a perfect macro track day, which is pretty rare for me. Usually when I get started again, it's kind of rough for like a week, but I nailed it the first day. My goals in the short term are going to be to get right to the 63 weigh-in. I'm not competing anytime soon at 63 until March, so I have like a solid 4 months before I need to make weight at 63. But what I want to do is lean out to the 63s and then do a proper reverse diet through the meet. I've made this goal before and actually never been able to get all the way down to 63, but I also just mentally last year was struggling a lot, and I think that had like a big part in why I never got my body weight all the way to 63. I got to right at 64 and still was having to cut a little bit last minute. Yesterday I weighed in for the first time in a while and I was 65.5, and this morning after just one day of tracking I'm already 65.0, so I know my body is going to respond well to dieting. Having that break was pretty good for my metabolism as well. The days that I overate by standards of what my normal calories are, I never like blew up or shot up and like felt super bloated and gross because I was doing it all mindfully. It wasn't like binges or benders. Just every now and then I would eat something that was super high calorie and just not worry about it. So my metabolism starting this diet is actually in pretty good shape, which is a good thing, because in the past, cutting to 58 so many times, 2-3 years ago, that definitely did some damage on my system, and never doing like a really long reverse diet period where I didn't have low calories. So my metabolism has been kind of slow for a while, so I think this break did me really good. What I also want to get out of this is get my squat numbers back up to my old PRs, which has been a very long time, like 2 years, and exceed them if possible. Maybe by the Arnold, maybe by more like summer, to be hitting some new squat PRs. So I can't just reduce my calories super low and make sure I cut weight and the scale number goes down. I also have to keep fueling my workouts and getting stronger. So finding that balance of calories to where I'm going to be still gaining my strength back, but also cutting down in body fat will be important. So right now I'm starting out around 1850 calories, and my macros are assigned at 50 fat, 190 carbs, and 155 protein. Probably not going to leave my protein that high for too long, but just for a few weeks to kind of jumpstart things again. Rest days my carbs are going to be a bit lower, and I'm going to be doing a high carb refeed day 1 time a week. Nothing too fancy, and the most important thing is going to be the consistency. So it's not the leanest I've ever been, but it's also not too out of shape, and I feel like my upper body has definitely gotten bigger. I've been doing a lot of bench, and I can kind of see it in my shoulder development. So I'm happy that I've still been gaining muscle and using the extra calories to good use. Hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be getting some of my abs back though. My legs are definitely a bit smaller than they were when they were at their strongest, so that's going to be a factor in kind of this scale too, is seeing my legs get bigger. That's where kind of the video and photo progress comes into play more, seeing the composition changes in addition to the scale changing. I want my legs to get bigger while my body fat is dropping, so the scale can't be the only measure of progress. I'm also going to be measuring my waist pretty regularly. I tell my clients to pick a spot close to the belly button, wherever they feel kind of their smallest. So for me that's a bit higher than the belly button. It's like 28.5 right now. And I'm gonna measure my quads too. I had to look that one up because I've never measured the quad. It says measure where you're biggest and kind of up high. So I guess that's gonna be here. Like 32.5. I'm going to be checking in with both myself weekly and with the interwebs on video maybe every few weeks. And I'm kind of excited to see how my body responds and see like what composition changes I can make leading into the Arnold. It'll be a fun few months. I'm actually excited to do this again. I'd also like to invite any of you that have kind of been on a dieting break also to get started with me again. I know the struggle on trying to restart something you've done before so successfully and like have trouble and like be spinning your wheels at first. You just gotta get your feet moving and get off the ground and it'll snowball. So I'm trying to be very strict and structured right off the bat so I can get that snowball happening faster. And if you're struggling, having a coach is definitely really helpful. Beyond just the programming of your macros, having that accountability, having the group to kind of have support and people to rely on, new ideas to figure out what to fill your macros with. There's lots of positives to having a coach and having that support system, and making sure that your macros are right. It's not just plug and chug on a calculator. There's a lot of different variables and how the shape that you're in currently can affect what you need to be eating and how you need to be fueling for your training. And just having that monitor of your progress is super beneficial. If you need coaching, that's what I do. So hit me up on my website, barbellsandbows.net, or send me an email if you have any questions. if you have no idea what the heck flexible dieting is, you can send me an email and I can give you more information too. Now I'm going to be getting ready for training. Today I have a 5 rep max front squat and then some power snatches. I've been kind of deloading for a few days, not doing a full deload week, just a couple of days reducing my percentages. And then I am moving into a new block of my training cycle, getting away from triples and more into the lower reps. Hashtag blessed. So yeah, time to train. Thrilled with how my front squats went today. That set of 5 at 95 kilos is only 10 kilos off my best 5, so feeling really, really good about my progress with my legs now. They're starting to come back alive. My drop sets, 3 sets of 5 at 85, super solid form. Overall, really pleased with my squats. Snatches were tough after squats. My legs were so dead and I felt super slow. I have a little bit of accessory bodybuilding left with some dumbbells. Just finished up doing some snatch grip RDLs and standing snatch high pulls, which I'm still learning those last standing high pulls. Still a little bit awkward, timing's a little off. Keep knocking myself in the boob. Overall, really good training day though, and I'm happy that my back is withstanding heavier weights and a little bit more volume now. The only thing left that I can't do still is the split jerk. Split stance is still bothering it because I do arch my back in my split, and loading it in any kind of arch is not going well still. But progressing nicely and things are coming along well. Got about 3 weeks left for the AO. Pretty excited. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey again, happy Thanksgiving everyone. I wanted to let you know I am running a huge sale today for Black Friday. My coaching is going to be 50% off your first 6 weeks of nutrition programming. Huge discount, usually $175 per 6 weeks is down to $87.50. So don't miss out. The deal is for today only, Friday, Black Friday, the 24th of November. You can check out my website, send me an email if you have any questions, and don't miss out because it's only for today and it's the only sale I've had all year. I will see you in the next video. Bye.